All right, so first two problems I have just another reminder of how to find that B or that C value that you're going to do. So what do I need to do to find my C value here? Negative 10 divided by 2 is what?
Negative 5 squared.
Squared is?
25.
And if I had to factor that, what would it factor into?
X minus 5 squared.
Yep. That's what it would factor into. Over here, I take negative 36 divided by 2. That gives me what?
18, negative 18.
Negative 18 squared is?
324.
324. And if I had to factor this, it would factor into P minus 18 squared. So we all know how to do that, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Number 3, what do I need to do to complete the square?
Add 37.
Add 37. That's going to leave me with b squared plus 6b blank equals 27 blank, right? Negative 10 plus 37 is 27. What goes in the blank? 9. How did you get that?
6 divided by 2.
B value?
Squared.
6 over 2 squared, that's 3 squared, which is plus 9 plus 9. Whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. What does this side factor into?
B plus 3 squared.
And then 27 plus 9.
36.
So I'm going to square root both sides. B plus 3 equals positive and negative.
6.
Subtract 3. And B equals 6 minus 3 is 3. Negative 6 minus 3 is negative 9. Questions on that one?
Nope.
All right. 4 and 5 should be just the same process, right? What am I going to do in 4? Subtract 25. So I have m squared plus 10m blank equals 9 minus 25 is negative 16 blank. What do I put in the blank?
25.
10 divided by 2 is 5. Squared is 25. So I put plus 25 plus 25. What does this factor into?
Wait, what did that say?
M plus 5 squared.
This is 5.
M plus 5 squared. This right here, yes, this is a 5. And this is a 25. Sorry, I was writing sloppy. What's negative 16 plus 25?
9.
9. Square root both sides, and I get m plus 5 equals positive and negative 3.
Yep.
Subtract 5. M equals positive 3 minus 5 is negative 2. Negative 3 minus 5 is negative 8. So far, so good.
Yep.
Okay. Over here, add 2. R squared plus 6r blank equals 11 blank. What am I plugging into the blank?
Yeah.
9, right? 6 over 2 is 3. Squared is 9. So plus 9 plus 9. What does this factor into? R plus 3 squared. Over here I have 20. Square root. R plus 3 is equal to plus or minus. Hang on, let me get my little scratch paper. Make your little tree. 20 breaks down into 5 and 4, 2 and 2. So what does it become? 2 rad 5. Then what do I do? Subtract 3, and how do I write my answer? R equals?
Negative 3 plus or minus 2.
Look at you guys. You're so smart. Humble, too. Okay, now, number 6 messed with a couple people. They wanted to move the 21, but guess what? This one's already in the correct form. It just doesn't have the blanks. So I just need to space it out a little bit. I just need to write x squared minus 14x blank equals negative 21 blank. I just got to space it out a little more. Right? Because the c value is already over there. I don't need to move it.
So it's plus 49.
So what do? I take negative 14 divided by 2. That gives me negative 7. Squared is 49. So I'm putting plus 49. Yeah?
Yeah.
What does this side factor into?
X minus 7.
Equals, what's negative 21 plus 49?
28.
It is 28.
Come on, Kylie.
So now I'm going to square root. X minus 7 equals plus or minus what?
2 root 7.
28 breaks down into 7 and 4. 2 and 2, so I've got 2 rad 7.
Yep.
2 rad 7. Add 7. So I get x equals what?
7.
Boom. You're getting it. That's a good thing. Yes, sir.
So how are you able to tell that one is correct?
If your x squared and your x are on one side, and there's no x's on the other side. For example, that happens here, and it also happens here. X squared and x, and there's nothing on this side that doesn't have an x in it. Right? All the terms on this side have an x. All the terms on this side don't have an x. That's when you know it's ready. Okay?
So do we have to fix it?
This one has an issue. I need to get my x on the other side, right? Because I need x squared. Well, technically I need ax squared plus bx on the left, and I need c on the right.
Wait, you can have a negative x on the other side because the only way you have to subtract it.
The only negative I can't have is a.
Yeah, so.
So this guy's good. This is the one that I want to be on that side, so this guy's good. It's just this one that's got to move. So I'm going to add 10x. And I can't add x squared and 10x because they're not like terms. So I just have x squared plus 10x. And then I'm ready for my blank. Equals negative 22 blank. So I have AB equals C.
Okay.
Do you get what I mean when I say that? AB equals C? That's the way it's got to be every time. Remember in our form, ax squared plus bx plus c. I need to move c over there so that a and b are on the same side, and c is on the other side. Okay? Once it's in ab equals c, then you can do your completing the square. All right, what's going to go in the blank? 10 over 2 is 5. Squared is 25. So I have what here? X plus 5 squared. And negative 22 plus 25? 3. This should be a short and sweet answer. X plus 5 equals positive and negative radical 3. I'm going to subtract 5. And x equals what? Negative 5 plus or minus radical 3. Raise your hand if you're feeling pretty confident with this. Good.
Maybe.
Good. Raise your hand if you're like 70% confident with it. 70, 75, 80, somewhere in there? Okay. That's good. If you are less than 70% confident, look at who raised their hands and go talk to them. Don't look at somebody else who didn't raise their hand because they're just as confused as you are.
Just so you guys know,
Right?
I closed my hand.
Okay. Right here. Do I have AB equals C?
Yes.
So I can do x squared minus 18x blank equals negative 71 blank. Shh. Let's finish up this last problem here. What goes in the blank?
81.
So I have negative
Kylie, give us a
18
chance.
divided by 2 is negative 9. Negative 9 squared is 81. So 81 is what's going in here.
Jesus,
Well, beat him next time. What does this factor into?
X squared.
There you go. See? Negative 71 plus 81?
Rad 10.
Well, just 10. Not ready for the rad yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Now I'm going to square root. Now it's a competition, isn't it? X minus 9 equals plus or minus. Can I draw a tree for 10?
No, what's the point of drawing the tree?
That's why it's red.
I can draw a tree, but again, like you just said, what's the point? Because nothing's going to come out.
Yep.
There's no pairs. So rad 10 is as simple as it can go.
You could have left the tree on the paper. It don't matter.
So I'm going to add 9. And X equals what?
9 plus or
9 plus or
minus rad 10.
minus rad 10. So how did I make it a little more difficult today? I added ones that were in different forms where perhaps you have to move a term
Yeah.
or you don't have to move a term like in this one, you just have to make your blank.
So what was it going to be on the quiz?
Okay? This is all like stuff that's going to be on the quiz. Okay? All right, happy studying.